Hey, my HCG family, it's Mimi, and I got tagged by Missy, 1968, maker MKR. So, anyway, I got to make this fast. I don't see how everybody does it. But anyway, I should know all these questions by heart, but I don't, so I'm going to be fast. My real name is Holly. For all the newbies out there, it's Holly. And Mimi is what my grandchildren call me, and that's the way they spelled it. So, what's it like? It's not like it's going to be on my driver's license or anything. So, Mimi it is. RX are homeopathic. I do RX. Number 3, sublingual injections, drops or pellets. I also do sublingual. I've always done sublingual. This is my 3rd round. It could be considered my 5th round if I was counting the other 2, but I don't count those. So I've always done sublingual. What do I do for a living? I'm a homemaker. I take care of my hubby. I cook. I clean. I load the dishwasher, and I do wash a lot of dishes by hand. I watch my grandsons. Once a week, they come over here. My daughter homeschools, so I kind of have them come over here so she can have a break and they can have a break. And I help my sister at her flower shop. She opened up a new business, and so I get to do that, go over there and have fun. What is your most interesting job and share a funny story? Interesting? I don't know. I've worked at McDonald's. I've worked at Frisch's. I've worked at department stores. I was a cosmetic manager for Elizabeth Arden. I worked for Estee Lauder. I worked in fragrance. Let's see. I've been a custodian, apartment complex. I've cleaned houses. I've done it all. I've done a bunch of stuff. Funny story is when I was working at McDonald's as a manager, I was opening, and I was there early in the morning. It was still dark, and we weren't opening, and a gentleman walked up to the drive-thru window and knocked on the drive-thru window and was wanting a cup of coffee. And I said, "Sir, we're not open yet. I just want a cup of coffee," he said. I said, "Sir, I'm serious. We're not open. I mean, the lights, not even all the lights were on. The arches weren't lit up, you know. The angels were not singing, you know. He just kept knocking on the window. And I said, "Sir, we are not open." I said, "I don't even have any coffee made yet." And I'm hollering this through the window, and there's like it's shut, it's locked, but there's just a crack, you know, there's just a little crack. And he wouldn't leave. So I went back and got pepper spray out of my purse, came back, and I pointed it to him. I said, "Sir, step away from the window." I said, "This is loaded," and I got my finger on the trigger. "I just want a cup of coffee." He's trying to stick the dollar bill in between the glass. And I said, "Step away from the window or I am going to shoot you with pepper spray." So he finally disappeared, and when we did open, I never did see him. He never did come back. So that was my funny ha-ha. I didn't call the police. I don't know. Nowadays, you know, I worked at McDonald's. I've had food thrown at me. I've been cussed out. I mean, it's, but you gotta keep that smile. You gotta say, "I'm sorry, I can't believe they put pickles on that sandwich, for crying out loud. People are dying and going to hell, and you're concerned about your flipping sandwich having pickles on it. Bless your little heart." Okay, what's the next question? Are you the only person in your family that struggles with weight? No, I am not. My family, you know, my mother, my sister, we've all, my mom, she's been on every kind of diet too, so she struggles. She's had a quadruple bypass. She's had a stent. She's had strokes, heart attacks. She's still kicking, though. Still kicking. And my dad had a stroke about 6 years ago, and he's the strongest man ever. But he's not now. He's going to be 80 in November. And I'm so grateful. I love my dad. And yes, my sister is, I only have one sister, and she is very, very obese. I mean, she's strong. I mean, she's strong as an ox, I'm telling you. But she's, you know, she's on different medications in that, and so I fight it. So that's why I don't remember a year going by in my life that I've not been on some kind of diet, except when I was pregnant. So you give 9 months. 9 months out of 1982, 1987, and 1989. Those were the years, that 9 months out of those years that I was not on a diet. So, okay, let me put my glasses on so I don't look like a dork. Hello. Okay. Do you have okay? Is there any chronic health issues? Funniest or worst weight loss program? I've been on them all. I've been on Fin. I've been on Weight Watchers. I've been on a Dr. Setkamp, a cabbage diet, a grapefruit diet. But Atkins is my best diet I've ever been on. Lost 50 pounds, felt great, no headaches. So any chronic health issues, I am so grateful that I have not had to go through the struggles that my sister has gone through. Physically, my mother has gone through, and I don't know if that has to do with me always being on a diet. I can't say that's always been healthy. I haven't been on too many, like, really bad. I mean, Fin, I think, Fin just didn't, you know, I didn't lose weight on Fin. I didn't keep it because I like tasting food. So if I didn't have to be hungry to not, you know, I mean, to make me eat. I eat because I like the taste of food. So, you know, or bored. So, yeah, been on them all. I mean, Weight Watchers, I mean, when I was back on Weight Watchers, that was like years ago. And, you know, you can only get a half a banana. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm wasting a half a banana. You know, who can't, who does that? How you cut a half a banana and then not eat the other half? And it sits there and it gets black or something. So I thought that's not going to work. Plus that whole weighing everything and food, you have to think about it too much. Who would have thunk it? I'd be weighing again. All right. Do you have your vitamin D checked? No, I've never had any kind of like vitamins. I've had my hormones checked, and even that was inconclusive. I went to a compound pharmacy to mix up, you know, your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, all these different things. They put me on a little bit of this different creams and stuff like that. Didn't help the hot flashes. I actually started cramping. I've had a hysterectomy a long time ago, but I still had my ovaries. I thought they took one ovary out, but they didn't. I think I commented on Missy's a long time ago about that, but no. So yeah, I haven't had any vitamins. I'm not real sure about what determines a person whether they have vitamin D levels or not. No, just wait a minute. Go get your ball. So anyway, no, I haven't had my cholesterol checked. I haven't been to the doctor in probably 5 or 6 years. So, let's see. What does HCG mean to you, and how did you find out about it? I found out about it when I was desperate. My stomach started swelling up. I went on Atkins. I went on the induction. Nothing was changing. My stomach was just getting bigger. And I literally started praying. I just like Miss HCG girl. I'm like, Lord, I need something. You're going to have to do something, because if Atkins is not working for me, then there's nothing. There's nothing that's going to work for me. In my head, that's what I was, you know, thinking. So I started researching what the fad diet is, or what's going on. Are the pills, you know, what kind of drugs are out there? And I seen this when I Googled it or something, I seen this one website, blog, I clicked on it, and over to the left side, I seen HCG protocol, HCG diet protocol. So I clicked on that. I believe that if I can remember correctly, because this has been, I think this was 2010, I seen Dr. Simeon's, I think the protocol, and I think then I researched him even before I read the protocol. And then I clicked on, I can't remember if I went to YouTube for some crazy reason, and I clicked on HCG and 9 o'clock popped up, or she was in like the, when I Googled it, then it showed her vlogs. And I watched all of her vlogs. And so that was like, and then after I watched all of her stuff and then I read the protocol, I found out where she got her HCG and everything that she did, all the stuff that she documented. That's what I did. So that's why I always did sublingual, because she was doing sublingual. The only difference is I didn't mix it the same. I also found out too on Yahoo, the HCG community on Yahoo, that group, I got on there. So I mixed it. I didn't mix it the same as she did with the B12. And I think I mixed it with vodka, which is like 1 milliliter of vodka, I think. And then the rest was colloidal silver. I've done it with the vodka in distilled water. I did the vodka several times. And what I liked about it, because it was flavored vodka, because I did sublingual, so once that flavor kind of dissipated, I couldn't taste the watermelon anymore, but I figured it absorbed. So anyway, what does HCG, the community is amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, I stopped getting on the other group, which, was just like a message board. They were mean. I mean, they were just vicious. I mean, God forbid if you decided to do something a certain way. I mean, they were, and I thought, you know what, I'm getting off of here. And I did go back and, check it out, and some people were asking, questions, and I'm like, and I was getting on there, I'm like, you need to go to YouTube. You need to go to this community on YouTube and get away from this Yahoo message board. So, that was a long time ago. So anyway, it's just awesome. When I'm away from it, and I was doing a vlog every day, and watching vlogs. I mean, I was living, eating HCG, watching vlogs, and trying to find people and everything like that. And I was doing it, and I got to tell you, you do better when you do that, when you stay with it. But what was happening is I felt like I was neglecting. Other things, because this can be all-consuming, especially when you're on the protocol, because here you have people that's on it that totally understand it. They understand what you're going through. They understand, all the problems, and you have them to bounce things off, to ask questions, for comments. It's just amazing. I mean, it's just amazing, because they do become like a family. So I would advise anybody that's doing HCG to get connected to the community. And, the best way is you start commenting, you start looking people up, you start looking, I can't, I feel like if I had so many people and I had to comment on all of these people, which I don't have near as many people as a lot, a lot of you do out there. I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I can't give 100% to it. So, and that bothers me, because then I feel like, okay, I am not a very good HCG person. I'm not contributing to the community like I should, and I feel very guilty for that. And before you know it, I'll get away from it. And until if I'm struggling, and then I think, okay, I got to get back on there. And I know there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way, but I feel like I don't have what to talk about. I mean, when you're new into it, you have so much stuff to say, and you have so many questions so every single day, you're in that moment of it. And it seems like I couldn't do that anymore. So, and I still feel bad if, oh my gosh, I haven't done a vlog in this amount of time or this, and I feel like sometimes, well, I'm missing out. You're missing out one thing, because even though you're commenting when you don't do a vlog, people, there's so many people that's coming on board, that's in the community, so many new people there that you're wanting to help, and if you're not participating, you kind of feel like you get a little moved over to the side and you get kind of forgotten about. And then that can cause all kinds of emotional upheaval. Oh my gosh, nobody remembers me. I mean, you say something and, it's just, you're forgotten. So, and that's, us women, we get so emotional about stuff. So the community is awesome, and I would advise anybody to stay hooked up, and I'm very grateful for it. It just means the world to me. And I thank everybody that has helped me on this protocol, who's encouraged me, and just the acknowledgement, that hey, we're here, we're listening, we understand, and that's what I gained from it. And I just love everybody. I like all the different personalities. And I like some of the new people that's, coming on. I remember when Fluffy No More Laura, she was new. I mean, when she was new, and I seen her on there, and I'm like, I think I was telling people about Fluffy No More. I thought, man, you guys got to get on and find her out, because she is hilarious. I mean, she's got that sense of humor that's just appealed to me, and I just like, she's a hoot. So, and I still like listening to her. She's still a hoot, So, there's just so many cool people out there. And I just love them all. I'd like to meet up with everybody. We talk about this all the time. But anyway, I'm going to go because the time is getting by, and I don't want this to be a long one. So, I love you guys. A hug.